Yeah, hi there, and welcome to Ireland, the most indebted nation in the world. It's Monday evening, the 14th of September 2009, around about 8 o'clock, and I just wanted to comment on the latest news that has broken about the Zoe developments. What's happened is, after going to the High Court for the second time, they've been in the High Court last month and in the Supreme Court, they got turned down. They went back to the High Court last week, and this man, Justice Frank Clark, basically threw their case out again, saying that it had no merit, and they've now decided to appeal it to the Supreme Court again, second time. It's all gobbledygook to me as far as I can see, but anyway, there's 1.5 billion, 1.3 billion at stake here. It's not a small sum of money, and it also is a big challenge to the whole MAMA project. So, as I said, and I've been saying over the last few weeks, I honestly think that it will not go through, or it will be dragged out in the courts. Insufficient time for the ACC Bank, who have initiated this case, to appoint a liquidator to the Zoe group of companies to get their 136 million back. Somehow or other, a deal will be done, or it will be drawn out, or whatever. But at no stage will those properties come to the market. That will not happen, because that is going to totally and utterly jeopardize the NAMA project. This market, this Irish commercial and private property market, is a tiny, fragile market at the moment, and any bringing of large quantities of either commercial or residential property to it at the moment would collapse it. So that's the situation. Zoe and Mr. and Carl's companies are basically playing for time, and they obviously have the support of the government, but the judiciary at the moment are not playing ball with them. And there are obvious reasons for that, but I don't want to go into that here. So we will discuss it later on. When the case is finished, we can discuss all that. The second thing that I'd like to do, which is very quickly, is the biggest international property developer we have in Ireland, probably, is a man called Derek Quinlan, and he heads up a consortium of investment companies in international property all over the world, and a large number of the people who he has involved are Irish people. They're the mighty and the good. We've talked about them before on numerous occasions, and they are all crying into their breadbaskets at the moment because he has now cleared off. He has resigned his chairmanship of his company, and he's now cleared off, and he's now resident in Lausanne in Switzerland. So if you want to see him, you've got to get a Ryanair flight or a Swiss Air flight or whatever flight, but you've got to go to Geneva to see him. And so what we're going to do is, we're going to put it up on the screen, and this is a little article, little excerpt out of the Phoenix magazine, last week's Phoenix magazine, and you'll be able to have a look at it and see what's happening. Very interesting. So we're going to do that now, and then we'll get back to other matters. Thank you very much. Yeah, this man is Derek Quinlan, and he is, in a previous life, he had the job of being a senior tax inspector here in Ireland. He worked for the Revenue Commissioners, and he left that, and in the late 80s, early 90s, he formed a company called Quinlan Private, which basically set up consortiums of Irish people, and they bought property initially, obviously, in Ireland, and then they went on to buy large chunks of property on an international scale, an international level. And we'll read here just basically what it says. It says, a year is certainly, this is from the Phoenix magazine, a year is certainly a long time in business, as one-time high flyer Derek Quinlan can surely attest. Exactly a year ago, he shared his wisdom with readers of the Irish Times, explaining exactly what needed to be done to save all of us from oblivion. He was critical of the doom and gloom merchants and the stock sellers who were unloading shares at quite a lick. The bears see no way out for Ireland. I do. Of most concern to Del Boy was the fact that confidence had absolutely deserted us as president, advising that now is a time for cool heads, and that, in my view, the fundamentals in Ireland remain positive. We remain confident in our belief that we can continue to drive economic growth. To sustain long-term growth, we must continue to invest in Ireland. That was in August 2008. With the Quinlan Group now owing $1.5 billion to Irish banks, mostly Anglo-Irish, last week, the Sunday Times reported that Derek Quinlan has quit Ireland with his family to take up permanent residence in Switzerland. The former Shrewsbury Road-based property investor had told associates that he is moving for tax and personal reasons, nothing to do with confidence then. A small group of property developers and financiers in Ireland at present have taken to being guarded by bodyguards, and the talk on the street, although no one will say it officially, the talk on the street is that Russian and Balkan money was laundered through some of the property deals that were done by these developers and these financiers. And if that should be the case with Mr. Quinlan, he'll have to move a long way from Lausanne in Switzerland if he thinks he's going to escape the long arm of the Russian mafia.